Hello friends, my name is Brian Mushiri and welcome to my channel. Karibu sana if this is your first time being here, and welcome back if you've been here before and you've elected to come back. First of all, thank you so much to all the new subscribers that we have got. I never get tired of saying thank you. Thank you for engaging with my content. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Make sure you subscribe first. Let me give you an opportunity to go and hit the red button. Subscribe so that it will help me so that this video can reach other people. And if you like this video as well, don't forget to like. So a couple of you guys have been asking me to tell you more about what my parents do. I mentioned in a previous video, I mentioned that they do farming here at home. And some of you wanted to know more about that. And I felt like maybe that's a good video idea. Maybe that's something interesting. I wanted to show you what my parents do in the farm and what they grow, especially this year and this season. But first, I wanted us to start here. Before we can get to what they are doing now, let us go back and let me tell you what I was doing so many years ago, about 10 years ago. Or even more than 10 years ago, actually. When my grandfather bought this land in the 80s, I'm sure he had an idea that he wanted to farm. I feel like that was always in his DNA because when we grew up as a collective of cousins here. And one of the core memories that I had was that there was always something in the farm. I remember it being, we had oranges in the farm, guavas, sugarcane, chicken, cows and everything, and most importantly we had pigs. Pig farming was something that was passed down from my grandfather to my dad and now to me. So what you guys probably don't know is that I was a prolific pig farmer so many years ago, before the accident. And here where we are is one of the pigsties, and I have just realized that it is possible that the last time I was here was the morning of my accident, because I always tended to the pigs every morning before going to school. And on that fateful day of February 8th, February 7th, I think that was the last time I came here, because I've never got the opportunity to come back to the pigsties before. So again, this is a very special moment, coming back to where I used to work every morning for the first time in maybe over 10 years. So that is something special. I wanted to show you what I used to do here every morning, what my morning routine would usually look like. So every morning I would wake up at 6 a.m. every morning from Monday to Monday. We had 6 ties on this, 6 pens on this side and 6 pens on that side. And at the peak of us doing pig farming, we had around 400 to 500 pigs. So just imagine that number. It would range from 300 to 400 to 500. So again, every morning I would wake up and I would walk on these corridors. My duty was to clean the pig houses or the pig pens. So I would start from that side, jump into the next house, the next house, the next house, and it would take me around maybe 2 hours to complete the job. And it was hard work, because if you just imagine one pig, maybe it has like 12 piglets. That's a lot of pig dirt to clean. So it was hard work. And my dad would come later, and his responsibility was to feed them. So it was a collaborative effort, just as we have right now, him being a caregiver. So we used to work together in that regard. So we did pig farming so that we could sell the pigs for meat, and we also had a butchery that I would, after classes, I would go and take care of the butchery. So in the morning I was here cleaning for the pigs. I would go to school, and then in the evening after coming from school, I would go to the butchery, do the mathematics, make sure everything was adding up, and then I would come home at around 11 p.m. So that was my weekdays. And during the weekends, on Saturday, all my Saturdays were booked, and maybe procure foods for the pigs, water, and so I couldn't make plans when I was 18, when I was 19. I couldn't make plans with my friends on Saturdays, because that was meant to go and get food for the pigs. So that, I don't know if any one of you can relate to that story. I don't know if anyone else grew up in a farm. So after the accident happened, the pig business had to come to a stop, because it was just too hard for my parents to balance everything together, because you have to remember that I have been severely disabled by an accident. You see, here, those are the cows, because we live in a farm. Those are my auntie's cows. So the pig business had to come to a stop, unfortunately, because the bills were too high. We had to find ways of paying the hospital bills, buying a wheelchair, getting medication for me. So the remaining pigs were sold off, and that was the end of the business. And we have never been able to go back to the pig business again. So after that, my parents decided to venture into a different kind of farming, and that is what I want to show you guys. So they ventured into crop farming, which we had always been doing in some level, but this time we are doing it in a bigger way, in a much more significant way. So I'm going to go and show you the potato farm and the tomato farm and the onion farm. As you can see, I'm very lucky to have this wheelchair that I have. It's not really four-wheel, it's not meant to go off-roading, but I think that because of the tires that we have, it enables me to venture into terrains that maybe a power wheelchair is not meant to venture into. I don't think I've come into the farm many more times. I think maybe this is my third or fourth time ever. So I'm very fortunate that I not only have this wheelchair, but also parents who can help me and assist me to get here. So right now we are standing in my parents' current farm, where they are actually doing agriculture. And right now I'm standing here, I'm sitting in the tomato farm, and this is their current project. And they have been working on this for a couple of years. How many years now?
We've been doing this now for the 3 or 4 years now.
The whole process from preparing the lands to actually getting to the point where this is going to be the first harvest, and it has taken around 4 or 5 months to get here. So it's a lot of work, it's a lot of labor, it's a lot of money to get here. And this is the second time you are trying to do tomato farming. This is the third time that mom and dad are trying to do tomato farming in this scale, and so far it has been very successful, and we hope for a good harvest this year. On this other side we have onions. I don't know which type of onions these are, but they look to be going on very well. I don't know if they are supposed to be above the ground that way. It has been good for my parents to diversify, because most Kenyan farmers, small-scale Kenyan farmers, tend to farm only maize and beans, but I think it's good to change it up a bit, do some crop rotation. So this time they have done tomatoes, onions, and beans and cabbages on that side. So we are going to show you all that, and I hope you are enjoying the view. We don't have a lot of land, but we have tried to manage it well and maximize it to the best of our abilities. And if you look on this side, you will see that we had added another pigsty. that was meant for the teenagers. So when the piglets were big enough to be teenagers in terms of pigs, so that is where they would be brought, and that was like their own area where they would grow up, and they would be fattened up for the butchery or to be sold.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is what we do here in the farm. We grow certain varieties of crops for consumption and also for selling. And we've seen what we were doing before the accident. And it is my wish to go back to pig farming because it's something that I liked and it's something that I was enjoying. And also pork is also becoming very popular with the Kenyans, and people are liking it so much. You know, now I think in future, and I hope to one day go back to that farming and do it well. I also have other two boys, so they are also considering other considerations because they also need to eat, they also need to do other things, and they also need to be taken care of, and all that will help.
I hope you have enjoyed the tour of our shamba, if I may say so, or garden. Shamba means garden. If you don't understand Kiswahili. So if you watched one of our previous videos, the Father's Day edition, you will know that I bought a couple of trees. These are cypress trees, seedlings, quite small actually, but in a few years they're going to grow up and they're going to be very tall and they'll give us a lot of shade. So today we are going to put them in the ground. We're going to plant them to commemorate my father's 55th birthday. Again, if you watched that other video, the Father's Day video, I showed you guys the trees that I planted for him for his 50th birthday. So it's becoming like a small tradition for me to commemorate his milestone by planting trees. Actually, for my mom, who is holding the camera, we also bought some fruit trees when it was her birthday in April. Right now we are going to plant the trees, and again, for the last time, don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. If you like it, leave a comment in the comment section and let me know what else you'd want me to show you guys.